Alright guys, what's up and welcome to today's video. Today we want to look at the following game where we got a Shaco in the beginning and we just forced Shaco. And it turns out Shaco is really broken. So if you have an opener like this, you don't need Shaco in your opening obviously, but if you see that you have a good start for assassins, like in this game I got the augment for assassins, and you see nobody else is playing it, try going for Shaco. So in this game we have a pretty good opener, and you will see that we managed to win quite a lot in the early game, and this allows us to play greedy and go fast 9 after we hit Shaco free. But before that, it's important to know when you need to level up and when you need to roll it down a little bit. So in the beginning here, it's all about playing your strongest board. You see on the left, look at the Syndicate synergy, and Syndicate is definitely better than 4 assassins, and it's better than 6 assassins. So if you ever have to decide between 5 Syndicates and 6 assassins, play Syndicates. Don't know what they did to 6 assassins, but I think it's pretty useless. Unless you can have both, then obviously play it. But other than that, try to go for Syndicates. So in this fight here, we actually lose a round, and I see the other guy has 5 Darius and also a Shaco, so that's a little bit scary because you need Shaco free to win the game, I would say. You can definitely top 4, especially in lower elo if you play it right, but if you want to win, then you probably need Shaco free. So at this point I can't make 10 gold here, so I just pre-level, so I have a higher chance at finding another Shaco next round, and yeah. So the other guy has a Quinn, which is taken care of by Katarina, and his front line is fighting with my front line, and Shaco's also helping. You can see that Darius too is pretty tanky, especially with the healing, and so Shaco and Katarina can just clean up the other guys. I also found out that Katarina is actually really strong in the early game. She does over 2k damage here, and she did like 1 or 2k every single round, so if you get Katarina early game, put her in. I gave her the tier. It's kind of a greedy decision. We could have made the Hand of Justice early game on Shaco, which would be alright, but I kind of wanted to greed the items. And at this point, I had to decide if I wanted to play 4 Assassins or play the 3 Syndicates. And I ended up selling the Echo, although we want him in our team later. But I also wanted the Infinity Edge, so we went for that. Make sure to scout the enemies whenever you have free time. Like in this fight, this guy is really scary. He has a Zag too, so we put everything to the right. He also put everything in the corner so our assassins can't get them. But because we position right, we take him down. Give the bow to Shaco. The bow is always going on Shaco, nobody else can really use it. And we end up winning this fight pretty clearly. As always, stay above 10 gold. If you can't make 10 gold by like 2-5, the game is really doomed. So if you decide to play aggressive like I did in the early game, you have to save up at some point, or at least win streak. Because then you can also regenerate the gold that you are losing from playing a stronger board. But never go or stay below 10 gold before 2-6 or even Crux, then you just auto lose the game. So this fight right here looks pretty tough. He has a Castleton too, and Cho'Gath and Ezreal too, but as you can see, Katarina 1 just annihilates the Ezreal, and Shaco takes care of the rest of them. So pretty good early game comp and also mid game comp, and as you can see later, it also does really well in the late game if you can play some legendaries to just make your team that much stronger so you can win in the end. So we skipped the minion round here just so you don't have to watch that, and you didn't really miss much. We got a Nikos and 2 Twitch, and we also were able to make 40 gold here, which is really nice. We're also on a 3-game win streak, so that's pretty good. Next guy here we position perfectly for his Lissandra. As you can see, the Mana Reaver is really good here. Lissandra doesn't cast a single time. And yeah, the Cutthroat, sorry, not Mana Reaver. And yeah, the rest of the team is easy peasy. Get them all here. We're on a 4 games win streak now. Buy out a unit so we can increase our odds for units we want to see. Doesn't really change that much, but if you're like me and you always want to do something and just increase your odds a little bit, try going for it. So we go 6 here, because it's an even interval, so it's a clean level up, so to say. Usually you just want to sit it for above 40 gold, but I decided to roll it down a little bit here because I really wanted to hit Shaco too. Mostly obviously because I want to be stronger, but also because, as you can see on the right, I have the Blitz GG extension, which shows me which enemies I am likely to face next, and I see that they are all the other top players, so the other top 4 players. So I really need to be strong enough to beat them. It's really important to keep my win streak here. So I roll it down a little bit, I hit the Shaco too, and as you can see, we can easily defeat this guy now, which is really important, because now we are on a 5 streak. Sell the Twitch here. Twitch kind of goes into our team, but making 30 gold here is way better. So there are other assassins that I can put in, and Twitch is definitely one of the worst, so no problem here. So for our second augment here, we have Stand Behind Me, Knife's Edge 1, and Stand United. And Stand Behind Me was kind of interesting because I'm always playing 2 bodyguards. But the Knife's Edge is just better because I can put the assassins wherever, and that means I can put them in the front row and they just gain 30 AD for free. So positioning wise, as always with assassins, put your frontline units in the back, so the other guy's frontline has to walk up to yours, because yours is all the way in the back. And yeah, I put him in the right hand corner because my Shaco's on the left side, so the other guy's front line is as far away as possible from my Shaco. So it's this guy again, another Syndicate player, and he still has the Shaco in, so it's kinda scary, and we almost lose here, but our Shaco manages to survive with like 10 HP left. So we win here, which is really important. We keep our 6 games win streak and the other guy loses his streak, so really important win here. Also didn't look like he was going to play Shaco because he had no items on him, and I already have 4, so if he ever sees my 4 Shacos, he should pivot. This is obviously not gonna happen in every elo, but usually when you see someone with 4 Shacos, you don't try to also play Shaco. Especially since I also have Nikos, so I have a way higher chance of hitting Shaco free than he has. Skipped over the carousel so you don't have to see that. We got the belt in the end because we are last pick, so not much of a choice there. And the belt can become a Trapclaw or just a Warmox for our Braum later. So it was the best we could get. And this fight here, Cho'Gath looks pretty tanky, but still have so many units left that it should be no problem. So we end up winning here again, and that puts us on a 7 games win streak. And 1 round till minions, so it would be really important to win the next game too. So I'm kind of thinking and looking around if I have to level here, but I see the other guys and it looks okay, so I think I try my luck here. Just put the belt on my frontline units and scout the other guys out. We'll end up leveling here, which is okay. We go 7, we can put in 4 assassins, which gives us a decent power spike. So we play against this guy. He looks pretty strong. This is guy with the Zag too. So let's see if it ended up being necessary to level here or not. If we wasted our gold or if it was actually worth it. Yeah, I mean, it looks kind of close. Not sure if for assassins made a difference. Shaco is pretty healthy, but it's better to not risk it, and also I could stay above 30 gold, which is still really good. So if you're on a big ass win streak and you can level up and stay above 30, always go for it, especially right before minion round, so you can carry over your win streak into the minion round. So we got a tome from wolves and we take the assassin emblem. We put in the 6 assassins. Yeah, we roll it down. And the more I roll down, I realized I could already hit Shaco free at 4-1, which would be insane, and we get him at the very last second here. Really clutch play. And we got Shaco free at 4-1, which should be OP as hell. And we should have no trouble keeping our win streak here. As you can see, Shaco annihilates everybody. This guy has a bramble vest, but it's still no problem at all for this clown. So usually what you want to do after wolves, you go level 7 and you slow roll, meaning that you stay above 50 gold and you roll a little bit and try to find your Shaco free. But since we already got him, we are pretty much set to go 9. We can skip level 8 entirely, and there's not much to put in at 8 even, so we just chill and play what we got. Put in something at 8 that can help us, but it's not that important. We already got our strongest carry, while the other guys are still probably trying to find their 2-star 4 cost or their own 3-star 3 cost. So from now on we're just gonna econ every round. We are still on a massive win streak now, 10 games here. So I will just show you the fights, showing you that Shaco free. Even with these items we only have the Infinity Edge and 1 bow, so it's really not ideal. Ideally you probably want something like Infinity Edge, Bloodthirster and GA. But even with these items, 1 completed and even a bow, you can see Shaco is just broken. So next fight right here, you can see our assassins, 3 assassins already hitting the Lux 1, and it's just really easy if they get on the enemy's carry. And yeah, the front line just dies after that. I mean, this guy, he's also pretty far up, and Lux with these items is actually not that bad at this stage, but he has no chance because we already got the Shaco free and he just gets wrecked. For third and final augment here, not that much of a choice here. Thrill of the Hunt is okay, but especially since we don't have a healing item on Shaco, but I just want to go for more damage, because who needs healing if the entire enemy team is dead, right? So, alright, next fight here before Wraiths, and this is a really fat Cho'Gath, but this guy doesn't seem to have any damage really. He has a Camille with 2 items, but that doesn't do anything, especially at the end of stage 4. So should be an easy fight against this guy too. Actually it looks kind of close, because the Cho'Gath is really strong, but we have 3 units left and Shaco is alive, so I wasn't even that worried. Skip the minion round here, so let's just see what items we can make. Frozen Heart is always a good choice on assassins. They jump to the backline, the enemy has a backline carry, he gets slowed down in his attack speed, always a good choice. I have so many cloaks I decide to make the Runans here. Now Shaco attacks for like 1 billion damage with every auto hit, so it's nice to spread the love, so we slam that, and I want to make a Zephyr here, but somehow I messed it up. I don't know, I put the belt there, but it just didn't do it. That's always the excuse, it's never your own fault, right? So we didn't slam it, and actually that made this fight really close. But the Runans is actually strong as fuck. And we end up winning this round. Really close, but it's fine, it's fine. And we'll try to win through the entirety of stage 5 obviously, and go fast 9. But at this point a lot of people probably got their carries at 2 stars, so it will be a lot harder than last stage. Right, just gonna skip to the next fight, not much else to see in the planning phase. because we basically have everything we need, so we are just trying to go 9, econ up, hold some units here and there, but other than that, nothing really to do between fights. So let's have a look at the next fight, shall we? This guy has a pretty scary Jace, and Shaco is attacking it for like a year, and the Bramble West with the Warmogs, really scary combo, especially on a nice tanky unit like Jace, so I was a little bit scared, but got him in the end. We're on a 16 game win streak. You can see Shaco free, stage 4 free elo, and stage 5 apparently is still super strong. We probably should have put in 5 syndicates at some point. But I got the upgraded units on the assassins, and you can see in every fight they do like 1 or 2k damage, so it's still really good. We ended up getting a syndicate emblem from the carousel, which is really nice because then we can play 6 assassins, 5 syndicates at 9, which will be our goal. And I think I rolled once to see if we can find a syndicate. And then I would probably have leveled up and put it in. But I didn't see one, and I kind of wanted to breed more. So I didn't level, we get this guy, the Cho'Gath, and Shaco goes down and we actually lose a round. Still, I wouldn't say Shaco is falling off, and I just think this guy is really strong. He has a Bramble West and big as Cho'Gath and Scion, and he's just really tanky. But I'm still convinced that you can win with this comp and you don't need to go 9 and play some legendary units. You can still go first without all of that, but in this game we obviously will go for that. We still have 80 HP, we have so much gold, so yeah, it's definitely the play. If you're ever in a situation like this and you have a lot of gold and not already a super strong carry, just go 9 and play some legendary units to give it the items and let them carry. Let's have a look at this fight here. His carries are already dead, but we see this huge monstrous Dr. Mundo, and wow, he actually manages to tank all of it. He doesn't even seem to take that much damage. Shaco is gonna die to the Bramble West, and just Mundo healing through all of that damage. Actually kinda disgusting, but Bramble counters us a little bit, negates the crits. So yeah, it's unfortunate. We get Akali here, really nice. Now we have the 5 syndicates and 6 assassins, and we are not even level 9 yet. So that's really good. Dragon has 3 items here. I mean, luckily we didn't get his 3 items. So we get kind of useful things. Last Whisper is really good actually, a little bit of a high roll here. Maybe like the entire game, some would say. And yeah, the other 2 items are actually pretty trash, but at least they have mana, so I can put it on Akali and also sell the Katarina here so I can transfer my items over because Akali is just way stronger. Give her the items that gain some mana, so she should be doing things. Go level 9 here. Actually with 74 HP, you could even still greed at this point and didn't even have to roll it down here. I kinda want to make the game fast, so I just rolled a little bit, especially in the next rounds. After I see this big fat Cho'Gath here, I'm already kind of scared. But we now have a 6 assassin 5 syndicate bonus and the Akali who does a lot of magic damage. So that's really helpful. And Cho'Gath 3, I don't know man, Cho'Gath 3 is just so underwhelming every time I see him. I really can't recommend going for it. Doesn't seem to do that much. We put in the Chase as an assassin in frontline, so he has his melee form and should be doing a lot of damage. Get a second Chase here, so that's pretty much my sign to roll it down a little bit, get some upgrades. 9th unit doesn't really matter. I put in Jenna the first time and now I put in Yumi. And yeah, just looking to upgrade our board. Find Chase 2, find Akali 2, Braum maybe, all of that, all the good stuff. Get those legendary units in. If you're ever at 9 and you have like a 3 cost carry that's not 3-star, like in our case, just play some random legendary, give her the items. See this Akali here, pretty random items. 6 assassins, 5 syndicate. She's doing a lot. So at this point I'm just gonna show you the fights. And yeah, roll it down between them. Get the Yumi too here. Try to roll a little bit more. Pick up the legendary units to increase our odds for the legendary units we actually want. Upgrade everything. Braum 2, Katarina 2. Doesn't really matter, but it's nice to have. Kali 2. Jace 2. Really strong board now. Put the Braum with the Zephyr on the left side. Maybe Zephyr's something important that could CC our carries. And this guy again, Jinx and Urgot get just one shot. And it's the scary Mundo in the end again. But we now have Last Whisper, we have CC from Braum. This guy takes infinite damage. So yeah, pretty free game. So last fight coming up, we got the Scala here. Doesn't really do much, but better than nothing. We Zephyr his Mundo, because it's the hardest unit to kill for us. And yeah, should be an easy fight. And that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed this video.